No, it was a very tough game. I think both teams wanted to win. I think we kept the ball for a good amount of time, but still lots to improve. We had some spells where we were really, really good and came out the other side, like switching the ball really well, and then sometimes we had a little bit of a too much urgency to go, and then we had a little bit of missed passes. But in general, I think we tried and we kept pushing to get the 3 points as we wanted, especially at home. But again, if you can win, then there's very, very important to have the clean sheet mentality, as we talk about with our team, and that's the second best. So we can build upon this, and we know that we need to score goals, and we're doing our best to do that.
Hey Erik, you talked about a clean sheet against St. Louis, guys like João Klaus, big physical strikers. How was that matchup for you in keeping them off the score sheet?
It's always nice for us defenders to help the entire team, but again, it's a team effort. Of course, we are at the back that needs to do everything we can, but it won't be able to do anything if the team isn't working hard enough to get back in the right positions and counter press and move the line and all these things that we need to do and be compact. And then going up against Klaus, we have a good relationship on the pitch. We respect each other, and we had some good fights in there, and we kept them off the score sheet, which is nice. I just see another one like 67.4 possession. That's a lot. But of course, we still need to see if we can get the goal. There's an expected goals of 1.29. It should be higher in a game where we have the ball that much.
And you guys haven't scored in 3 games, no wins in 3 games. Just as one of the veterans, vocal leader like you are, what's the mood like in the locker room? How do you guys kind of build off of a point, but how do you build off of that?
The thing is with our group is it's very kind of glued together. There's not many cracks appearing, and that's a very, very healthy sign, especially in a period where we're not getting the things that we need or want. But knowing the league now for a little more than a year, I know that MLS goes in waves, and we had them last year as well in the beginning where we were struggling, and then we came into a run of wins, the same this season. So I think you can see across the entire league that there's a team that suddenly go into a flow and then they're out of that flow. And I think we are now building with this 0-0 game into kind of a place where we can move forward. Of course, there's lots of things to improve, but it's a very long season, and we're getting our squad back. It's nice to see Hector having his first 45 minutes. I know that he will be a key element to our game, to be that kind of in the middle of the park with Adi, even though that the guys who have stepped in, especially Coco playing in that role, has done really well. So in general, I think we're not at a bad place at all. We have our mindset on the next game, and the season is still very, very long.
Erik, I believe 11 players had a shot today. I think you had 3 too. Schmidt had a couple. Looks like everyone had a chance at scoring. How much are you defenders trying to move up and help them out on a stretch where you guys are lacking finishers?
Especially the way that we play, where we have the ball that much, we're kind of pushing the teams very, very deep, and that means that when we build up with a 3, it means that I'll push higher up in the right side, and sometimes we end in these situations where we can get some situations that are dangerous. But of course, my main job is to defend and be the guy there that can kind of organize and have this rest defense. But if I can help and all the other guys can help scoring as we need some goals, then of course we're trying that. I think there were some set pieces that we also were dangerous on today. But we need to go back and look at this game and see what we can get out of it, and then we'll move on to the next. Very, very simple.
Hi Erik, correct me if I'm wrong, but St. Louis is the first team that you played against. Now you have, like you say, a year. So talk to me, how has this year been? And now looking a bit forward, right? You guys start the Open Cup once again and the Summer Leagues Cup. So you say that it is early, right? So looking back at the previous year, talk to me about that, and now the future of how you guys can sort of repeat that success that you guys had.
You mentioned the Open Cup, which was coming in a couple of days. We are the defending champions, so of course it's something that we look forward to and play the first game that is going to be very, very crucial for us, for this group. And then, as you said, I've been here more than a year now and played a lot of games last season and has had a little bit of a bumpy start with a couple of injuries. But again, it's a normal thing in football to have a little bit of a niggle. And now I'm fit, played full 90 minutes in a tough game, and hopefully that's going to be the start of that kind of run that I had last season. So in general, it's a great place for me to be and be one of the leaders in this great team. And yeah, I miss a little bit the 3 points at the moment, as we talked about, but I'm very, very sure of they're gonna be very, very close in a couple of games. Hopefully next game.
Hey Erik, beautiful sweater by the way.
Thank you.
Wanted to ask you about you personally. This is the first time in a while that you played 90 minutes. How do you feel? How did you feel out there? And talk about the road to recovery because it's been a long one.
This game was great to be back. I've recovered really, really well. The guys in the gym, physio room, everyone has helped me. So I feel fit and healthy right now. It's just been a little bit of a weird one with my injuries. But sometimes it's kind of, you need to restart the body in some way, and then I'm ready to go now, and hopefully I won't look back at any more kind of trouble. So in general, I feel I'm healthy, I'm fit. I still need a bit of fitness to get that kind of surplus energy in the 90 minutes. But I think in this humidity and this warmth today, it was kind of the first a little bit of a taste of what we're going into in a couple of weeks.
Hi, Erik. Obviously, your partnership with Mikael has been a very good one since you guys have been playing together. Just speak a little bit about him, just how you've seen him progress, such a young center back playing next to you.
No, there's something about Mikael that just screams next level. He's very young. He hasn't had that many games yet in his career, but he's so composed, he's so strong, he's so fast. He has everything to become that top level center back. And I think we are lucky that we still have Mikael in this squad. I think if I was a team somewhere else in Europe, I would be looking at him because he has all the attributes that could go and play in a top 5 league. I'm 100% sure of that. And especially kind of the things that he's improving at, he's very, very professional. He's trying his best. He always wants to improve, and I'm really kind of wow, in the sense of this player is kind of evolving, and taking so much responsibility. So yeah, it's great. It's a great partnership. But again, there's just a good group that we have. I think Ethan has stepped in too, whilst I've been out, has been playing some great games too. Dan has showed top quality now than when Franco has been a little bit out. So I think in general we just have great players, and with Mikael being that kind of young, aspiring talent that we're lucky to keep him for a while.
So you touched a bit on Daniel, right?
Yep.
Downstairs. Tonight we saw him and Tate, right? Two guys that did not get much playing time last season. Tate has injury, Daniel. Talk to me about their performance tonight.
Dan very comfortable as he's normally playing that position. I think he is a veteran. He's the guy that we can look each other in the eyes and know exactly what's going to happen the next 5 minutes in the game. Is it a crucial time where we need to be kind of extra dialed in? And he's very helpful in that aspect. And with Tate a little bit out of position as a right fullback, I think it was a tough game for Tate. I think he did everything he could, and had some spells where he was going really, really well forward and had some great crosses. And in general, I think he had an okay game, but it was a tough one being in that position as being, you need to go both ways. It's the position that Griff has played a lot, and it's just very demanding on the lungs. And I think Tate felt his lungs today in this kind of game where we need to go back and forth. But in general, I think keeping on clean sheets, that's Tate's and Dan's and Mika and everyone else's attributes too, and Steve, of course, with some good saves.